In this video, we're going to stop back pain in the golf swing in 4 easy steps. Let's do it. So I'm going to give you the 4 steps to stop back pain, and you must do all of them, right? All of them. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So the 4 steps to stop back pain. So the first thing that could be causing back pain is your head's going down when you swing. The second thing that can cause back pain is your hips are raising as your head staying the same. And I'm going to go into why all of these cause back pain in a second. The next thing is you have to have a rounding to your lower back, as this is the natural position of the body. Just swing around you and notice, is your back like this or is it arched? Okay, so if I just show you real quick, I'm going to arch my lower back and look how much I can turn. You can't. Now watch this rounding and I can turn. So a rounding of your lower back is the most comfortable position in the swing for you, and it is how you're going to eliminate back pain, or part of it. The next thing you want to do is have a natural flow of events in your golf swing. See, the modern golf swing and most golf instruction, they get this nice full turn and then they stay where they are and kind of do this number and open the hips and have this upper body, lower body separation, right? Now, if I was to just do this, what's happening? What's happening? Okay, it's the natural flow of events, right? My hips and my shoulders turn at the same time, and then once I've done that, my upper body continues to turn. And then my upper body kind of turns more, then it catches up with the lower body, and then they turn together to where they're both square. And then they both turn together, and then my upper body continues to go. So it's this natural flow of events. But most golf instruction now is saying you need to open up this hip and stay back. And then, so you're opening up this hip and then you're gonna turn through the ball in this awkward position, right? So that's one way to do it, is you could turn your hips and then turn until the club squares. Or you could just swing around you, right, in the natural flow of events and hit the ball and be free of back pain. Because even doing this move, that hurts, right? This doesn't hurt. So I'm about to show you why each of these steps causes back pain and how to fix it. So the first thing that can cause back pain is your head lowers. So why does that cause back pain, Nate? So that causes back pain because if your hips are staying where they are, yet your head's going down, what's happening to my spine? My hips are staying where they are and my head's going down. I am compressing my back. Now just think about that. You're compressing your back, and as you're doing that, you're turning. So you're having this shearing motion on the lower part of your back, and it's bad. It's horrible for your back. It's a move so many pro players have. So you don't want to do that. I wanted to find the most back-friendly, best golf swing there could be, because I'm 21 and I wanted a golf swing I could have till 80 or till the day I die. I wanted the easiest golf swing on your body while still retaining speed and accuracy and all that. And I've succeeded. I have succeeded. It is the single plane swing, and it's going to save your back, but we'll get to that in a second. So we don't want to lower our head, as this is going to compress our back. Step 2 is you don't want to raise your hips, okay? Because now let's say we fix the head's staying in the same place, but our hips are raising. Our hips are raising. Again, compressing the back, and you're also turning. So think about that pressure on the lower part of your back as you're doing this motion, like, ow, that even hurts doing it. So we don't need to raise our hips, as that will cause back pain. The third thing is the rounding of your lower back. If you were to just turn, it's the natural position of your lower back to have a rounding to it. It's never going to be arched. Well, it can be, but you're not going to turn as good. So it's a position you really got to look out for, as one of the things you could be doing is, instead of having your hip hinge and then rounding your lower back to get to the ball, you could be having this arch and going, oh, I need to hinge my hips more to get to the ball. And you have this arch to your lower back, and you could be turning around that, and that just hurts even doing. So it's not what you want to do. You want to have a little hip hinge, round your lower back, and then go down to the ball. That's going to save your back. And the next thing we want to do is have a natural flow of events. I'm going to grab a hula hoop real quick. Okay, I'm back with a hula hoop and a dumbbell, as they can both show us what I'm about to talk about here. So how most, or a lot of pro players, they're firing this hip, and then turning through like this. And that's just not how our body's meant to turn. Look, just swing back and through, and everything squares up, then the hips go, and then your shoulders continue to go. Now, because we're bent over, we add a third element to just turning, and that's called side bend. So if you could just grab a hula hoop, the only way to have the natural flow of events here is to just maintain this hula hoop, the angle of it. See, if I do this, you can see the hula hoop is remaining in the same spot. And now if I bend over, if I were to fire my hips and then turn through it, you can see the hula hoop is doing something weird. It's not just turning around me. So if you just put your hands on the hula hoop with it arched like this, and you swing the hula hoop around you, the only way to maintain this hula hoop is for everything to then come back to centered, and then you open up, right? It's the only way to do this, is if you have the natural flow of events. A dumbbell will also show you this. How are you going to naturally swing this 15-pound dumbbell around you? So just swing anything weighted around you, and you'll see, to control this weight and for our body to handle this weight and to be in balance to where we're not going to hurt ourselves, your body will automatically do the right thing. So we're opening, and then we go back to square, and then we open up. Right? So we want to set up in a place where our hips don't raise, our head doesn't lower, our back can be rounded, and we have a natural flow of events. So I'm going to teach you the single plane swing really quick, give you a quick snippet of what I have at manninggolf.com and how to learn the single plane swing and why this is the best golf swing to hit quality golf shots and to save your back. So let's do it. So we're setting up to this ball, and we want to learn the single plane swing. The first thing we'll cover real quick is to have our hips in a position to where they don't have to raise in the golf swing, right? Where when we straighten our legs, our hips don't raise. You see my hips are here, and they're raising. They're raising a couple inches right there. We want it to where they're not raising as we're straightening our legs, our hips. See, they're going up. We want it to be where they're staying level with the ground. So to do that, again, I would just grab this dumbbell, as this dumbbell is going to show us a lot. And so your body, you can even get on one leg here, is going to naturally show you that. So this is the amount of hip hinge I need to be at right here to where my legs can straighten and they don't come up. Now, to swing this dumbbell around me, if I did more, see, my hips are coming up now. If I start with too much hip hinge. So grab a dumbbell and just swing it around you, and you'll see that pretty quickly. The next thing we need to do is for our head not to go down into the shot. And so this kind of goes with the just turn around you, because if you do that, you'll see your head stays in about the same spot. Whereas if you fire your hips and turn, your head's gonna go lower. So I would just make some swings where your head's staying pretty level. And I had a move in my golf swing where my head always dropped in the swing. I was like, what's going on here? So what was happening was I was starting with my legs like this. Now, as you can see, this isn't here, this was here. So I was starting this hip hinge movement and it never stopped. And I'd always keep going down in the swing. And 5 years later, I still couldn't figure it out, but I have figured it out since. So it all has to do with how much hip hinge you're starting with at setup, and the position of your head. See, I could start the swing and be like, oh, my head dropped, but really my head just did this movement. So you got to look out for that too. So I could go, oh, my head dropped, when in reality, my head just did this. See, now my head's staying in the same place. So you need to look out for it. I'm throwing so much information at you guys, but I know you appreciate it. So to eliminate our head going down in the swing, you got to start with more hip hinge, but not too much, as we just saw. Just the right amount. So grab a dumbbell and figure that out. The third thing we need to do is have a rounding to our lower back. And the best way to do that is to set up there, right? So let's set up there. So going back to that hip hinge, it all starts with the hip hinge, the perfect hip hinge, okay? And now the next thing we need to do is just swing the club around us and stop it at the bottom. And you're not gonna stop it like this, like most instruction. Your wrists are gonna be uncocked, okay? So we're gonna set up there. And then now how are we gonna get to the ball? Are we gonna hinge more? No. No. We just found our natural hip hinge. So what we're gonna do now is round our lower back in that position we wanna get to, and then bend over until we get to the ground. And so now we're gonna keep our head in the same spot, and we have the right hip hinge. So that's gonna take care of the first 3 steps there. And the final thing that y'all have already seen in this video is you're gonna wanna turn correctly. So again, hula hoop or dumbbell, swing this weight around you, and you will turn correctly. Because if you lift it, you're gonna lift off the ball. So just keep your head in the same place and just swing this dumbbell around you. And you can grab a hula hoop and swing this hula hoop around you. So you're not doing something else other than swinging around you, right? You're going to swing around you. Boom. So that should help to eliminate back pain in the swing. That's just about all you can do right there, and it's how I plan to play golf for the rest of my life. If this video helped, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, as that would really help me out. If you are struggling with your golf swing, feel free to send me a video of your swing. I have a video linked in the description on how to do that. I just taught you the single plane swing in about 2 seconds. There are more details to it than that, but that's kind of the main gist of it. I have more videos on my channel teaching the single plane swing. I relate every video on my channel back to the single plane swing, as it's the easiest method to learn to hit a golf ball, and it's the method that I use. So I have my website linked in the description that takes you step by step on how to learn the single plane swing. So head over to manandgolf.com to see that. But again, I hope you found some helpful tips, and I hope the rest of your day goes well.